Okay. Yeah. Oh, we about to get it just a little hot and sweaty in this. Ooh,
baby.
Ladies, let's go. Soldiers, let's go. Let me talk to y'all and just, give you a little situation. Listen. You see the get hot every time I come through. When I step up in the spot, make the place sizzle like a summertime cookout. Proud for the best chick, yes, I'm on a lookout. So banging, shorty like a belly dancer with it. Smell good, pretty skin, so gangster with it. No tricks, only diamonds under my sleeve. Give me the number, but make sure you holler before you leave.
Like me. I know you do. That's why whenever I come around, she's all over you. And I know you want it.
All right. So this week I've reinstalled Windows because I was having a lot of issues with it, and it was time for a fresh install. And I've managed to get a screencast key to work. I don't know what it is. Cursor, window area, region. I don't know why it's not working, but I only need the body from this since I am going to just be meshing today. So I'm gonna close that blender and open another one, and let's see if screencast is gonna work now. Okay, so it's not showing. Okay, there it is. Okay, so the first one is a full bodysuit with edges to the sleeves, to the end of the hands and the end of the legs, and a zipper in the middle. Now, since I'm not going to be the one that's actually going to be rigging this, I'm going to make the zipper physical, and I'm going to make it out of an array. But let's start as usual at the sleeve. So we're going to start with a circle, and we're going to extrude from that. We're going to put this on very low count, which is, let's go to 12 this time. We're going to rotate it, shrink it down. Then we're going to go to the side and bring it to the center. And this starts about right there. Shrink it down a bit more. Make it a bit bigger. Okay, and we can fit it afterwards. We're going to go to wireframe and vertices so we can see our vertices and stuff. We're going to drag it all the way here to the end of the armpit. And then scale it. And then arrange it a bit, scale it some more. I must have went out. Great. Okay, so we got our main sleeve here. Since this is gonna be a full bodysuit, I'm just gonna use a shrink wrap just to get things done faster. And yeah, so we're gonna grab the eyedropper, eyedrop the body, so it sticks to that. We're gonna turn this thing on, the modifier cage. And now you're gonna see probably why our 12 are gonna cause a few issues. We're gonna keep above surface, and we're gonna set a 0.3 to it, just so there's a bit of distance from the body, but it still keeps the body shape. Then we're going to go Control R, and we're going to add a bunch of loops to it, and we can see that we need some more loops here, right? But the issue with adding like full loops over here is that when the arm is going to fold in, you're going to have a lot of issues. So what you generally want to do here is, where you know exactly that the joint is going to be, you want to leave a few less loops here. So we're going to go from this one to this one and just merge them at the center. From there to here, and then we're gonna do the same for these and these. We have less loops, and when this is gonna bend, it's gonna bend better. right? But doing this is gonna cause some other issues with the texturing later. But for now, it's fine. We don't have to worry about that yet. I might need, yeah, something like that. Yeah, for sure. All right, moving on. So we're gonna do this here, and we're only gonna extrude from the upper part and just rotate it. Just bring it down a bit. Very nice, very nice. And now we're gonna do the lower part. I forgot to turn on the magnet here, which is gonna insert it to faces. This is gonna make it so it snaps to the faces instead of the vertices, which is pretty bad idea to snap to vertices, because if you go vertices, you're gonna see that it's gonna do this thing, and it's gonna, we don't want that. We just want nice and smooth like that. Okay, and we have our very first line of the day. We're gonna extrude from this, and we're gonna try and keep it full quads as much as possible. As you can see, so far, so good. If there's no way getting around the triangle, just make a triangle. If there's really no other way. But you should be able to fit it so it's full quads. And why do you want to keep mostly quads is because quads hold in pixels way better than triangles do, and it also rigs better. Or at least that's what I've been told. Okay, so now we're just gonna go with the regular extrusion like we normally do. We're just gonna extrude the rest of our mesh. We're gonna select the vertices and then press F. And now is the time when we can add the mirror modifier. As you can see, this is sticking to this other arm. That's because if you look here, the location, rotation, and scale are set. So we're just gonna set those by pressing Shift A, Control A, sorry, my bad, and applying them. This works the same in Blender 2.8 and above. Right, and we're gonna keep on. Oh, we forgot to move the mirror modifier on top, and then just check the clipping, so it just clips into itself and it doesn't go past itself. Right, and now we're gonna use this to make the rest of the neck, and we're gonna pull this a bit in here, and then we're just gonna arrange our neck a bit. And let me look at the photo a bit. Okay, so this is gonna come in like a V shape. I think this needs to be a bit larger here, and it's going to come something like this. There isn't a very high amount of cleavage on this piece, so we're not going to make a lot of cleavage for it. 1 second, my eye is itching. Oh man, you know when your eye itches really bad and you're like, oh, let me scratch that, and when you get rid of it, you're like, oh, that's divine. Right, so from here it's mostly a regular bodysuit, and this should be fairly easy to adapt and make. And here we can just leave it like that, should be good for the time being, and we can adjust these later. Okay, and now we're gonna go and get some triangles in there, because there's no way around it since it's an edge, and I'd rather make a triangle here and there than have to do all kinds of shenanigans and do stuff like this. And yeah, you're better off making a triangle than doing stuff like that. That's gonna give you more issues with the UV wrapping, and you don't need that. Alright, so I'm gonna do this the easy way. I'm gonna select from here and here and just extrude in Z and just pull it down. And then I'm gonna fill this. As you can see, very easy, very nice. And just gonna move these a bit around just so they're a bit more arranged. I think I might need to add another loop here and close this one here. You see, I'm fixing the geometry because if I have proper geometry, when I take this to ZBrush, it's gonna come out way better. Okay, we're gonna add one there. We're gonna add one more here. Just keep it nice. I'm still ended up the triangle here, and here, but we can get rid of this one by doing this and this. And it's okay if we have one here. Can just move this one a bit more to the side and then this one a bit more, and that should be good. Right, and let's do the back side and just extrude on the Z-axis continuously. You can fix that later. Don't waste too much time on meaningless stuff that you can fix later after you've applied the shrink wrap. Just get the base of your model done first, and then you can worry about fixing stuff like this. Stuff like this that is really easy to see. You'll see later in the video or in the stream if you're on the live stream. Okay, so it looks like we might maybe need a loop here, but I don't know yet. We will have to wait and see. Okay, so now I'm gonna do the front part. So we're gonna pull this all the way down, add a few vertices to it so we can see where everything is, and now we can just go ahead and pull from this here. Maybe a bit less, because this is the breast area, and we all know that this part here needs special attention, because this is an area that's gonna attract a lot of attention. And we're gonna do this, this, and this, and then we're gonna add some more loops here. And then we're gonna create another triangle. Maybe we can get rid of it later, but for the moment it's not an issue. It can stay there. We're gonna just fill this in, and we're gonna keep going with the front. I was gonna do the side, but I'll leave that for the end because the side needs a bit more tweaking than the front side. Right, and we're gonna keep going, and as you can see, I'm not going under the breast here and capturing the exact shape of the breast, because if I did that, it would look very unnatural, and I don't know a lot of women that would like tuck their pajamas in under their breast. Right, so we're just gonna leave that little bit of flow there. Holy shit. Okay, there we go. I was close to something there. Okay, we're gonna keep going down. Here we just need to do a bit of adjusting. These are the problems that I was saying that are gonna happen to the side. So we're just gonna do a tiny bit of adjusting there, just for peace of mind. And then we're gonna have to join the back and the front. So we're gonna create our first thing here, and in case you haven't noticed, this was going like random because we had clipping on and these two were stuck together, right? So we're just gonna do that, and then this, and then this here, this here. And by the time we're done with this, we are going to have way more triangles than we wanted, but it's okay, we can figure them out later and fix them out later. It's not a problem. Yeah, we mainly want to make sure that our model is going to work with ZBrush impeccably, as that's the goal here. Getting a base model that will work with ZBrush as it should. Okay, looks like we're going to want to raise these up a bit. And just merge this one here and get rid of this one. As you can see, this is slowly getting fixed as I am working on it. Because after you lay down a few foundations, you can kind of see where stuff is supposed to come down. Okay, and now we gotta do this. Here to here to here, and you can see where those are supposed to connect. Okay, and now we can start connecting the sides. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this one's gonna connect to here, straight up, no questions. We're gonna subdivide it once, and then add another subdivision, and just do that with, because there's no way, and it's a side and no one's gonna pay very much attention to this part of the back here, so we can afford to have a bit of a mistake there. Rather have a smaller mistake than a big one. Okay, so now we're gonna extrude from here. Actually, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna show you guys how to do this very easy way. We can just take this 1, 2, 3. That would be 4, right? And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna connect this to this and this to this. We're gonna count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're missing one on this side, so we're gonna add one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, looks like we need one more here. And now we can just press F. But we have one more that's extra, or one less. So we're just gonna adjust and balance as needed. Okay, looks like we can take out this one and move this one up a bit. Okay, and it doesn't matter that it's crooked a bit, we can fix it later. Okay, 1, 2, 3. We have one more there than we need to. I'm gonna go like this. Okay, we got most of our bodysuit down. We still have the legs to do, and the zipper area, which we can do after the mesh is mainly done. As you can see, when I select this, I am not having a loop here issue like you normally do when you're working on this area. Okay, it looks like we're gonna need some more geometry over here on this area, so we can afford to disconnect the little issue that we made earlier and just use it. Okay, this is going very nice so far. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we are going to apply the shrink wrap, and now we're gonna make sure that our edges are welded together. The way we do that is we turn on the clipping, we make sure that none of our edges here are selected, right? And we're just gonna move them in and out, and that should fix them, right? Okay, but we can see still clipping, doesn't really matter for the moment, and we can fix these issues now. You see, I don't mind that it's going into the body, I can fix that afterwards. This is still gonna have to be smoothed out and other stuff like that. So we're not really worried about it yet. That one with this one, and then we have this one that needs to go a bit up, a bit down here, right? And what we're gonna do now is we're gonna do smoothing. Smooth a bit, Okay, that geometry looks very nice and very clean, and what we're gonna do now is start pulling on it with the proportional editing tool, which you use here, or you press O to turn it on. Make sure you have smooth on and none of the others. The others are for sculpting mainly, and they're not for proportionally editing this stuff like this. They're used for something else. I'll show that in another video. They're mainly used for rocks and stuff like that when you want a more random result. But we don't want a random result, we want an exact result here. As you can see, the geometry is looking very, very nice. Reason I said in the beginning, don't worry about the geometry, how it looks, if it's crooked or not in the beginning. It's not a very big deal. Okay, continuing with pulling this on top of the body, and you're probably wondering why I shrink wrapping this again, because shrink wrapping this again would make it crooked again, and I don't really want that. Hope you guys like Nightwish. I don't know if the video is gonna get copyrighted or not, but hopefully not. And we have some good music while we're doing work, right? Can't do work without some good music. Keep in mind that we still don't have a subdivision modifier on this, so our mesh should be really low for the moment. We're just gonna keep pulling on these and keep on arranging them. Fitting them above the body. And we're just continuously fitting and adjusting our mesh. Right, so the reason you're probably wondering, why did I not do the legs there? Well, I will tell you in a moment why we did not do the legs there with the shrink wrap on, because that would have made all of this stick very weirdly, and we would have ended up with stuff like this if we use the shrink wrap on the legs. Mainly because it's coming from a bigger area to a smaller area, and it doesn't really know how to deal with it, so we're better off doing it up to here and then just selecting this, extruding all the way to where we want it to end. We want it to end about here, yeah, and we're just gonna fit this in wireframe, and sweet. Okay, now we can add some bases that we can adjust, and we can adjust these manually by using the controls, and we're just gonna adjust one side, this being the frontal view, and then we're gonna adjust the other sides being the profile view. Okay, gotta make sure they're not touching here when you are moving. Just take off clipping completely for this. And the reason I'm moving the whole thing and scaling the whole thing is because if I were to just move this part, I would sort of ruin the aspect ratio of it. So that is why I'm moving the whole thing. Okay, so we can see that this is bigger on this side, so we're just gonna move it and keep moving it and adjusting it, and we can add some more vertices later on as we need them and where we need them. As you can see, I still haven't used the shrink wrap subdivision modifier on this. Okay, so it looks like we're gonna need one here. Don't get me wrong, we are still gonna have to do a few adjustments in here, but for the moment we do not. Okay, so here on the butt area, we want to make sure that the butt is as close as possible, because this area is generally going to cause a lot of issues. And we want to get it as smooth as possible and make sure that everything's nice and smooth in here, and it has a flow to it, so it's not like no jagged edges and stuff like that. Right, so as you can see, issue here, and it looks like that is the only place that we have the issue. So we are just going to go all the way up and smooth it, right? And then we're gonna scale it and move it down, right, until we have only that area with the issue. Now we're gonna select the whole thing, turn on proportional editing, and just pull it out as needed. Gotta make sure that your area is fairly smooth, right? So we have a whole bodysuit that's like 3,112, right? Could be better, could be worse. Now, we want to make sure that the breast area is somewhat smooth and somewhat close to the body, right? Because now we're going to add the subdivision modifier, which is going to jump this to 12,000, which is okay-ish, I'd say, but depending on what you're making it for and how many people are going to you going to distribute this to, right? But anyways, we're fixing a few of the issues here. Again, I'm not going to be rigging this, so, but I want to make sure that the person that is not going to have too much of a bad time. Those of you that rig know what I'm talking about. Right, so this looks pretty good, right? If I bump this up one more time, it's gonna look smoother, but the difference isn't very much. So, not really much of a point to bump it up more than this in complexity. Right. So, now, let me look at my reference image here. Okay, so the sleeves are very long, and so are the ankles. Okay, so the ankle should be about here, and we are going to Control B and do that, and we're just gonna increase the bells here, and then we're gonna Shift E this and move it up a bit, right? But this doesn't look very roundish, so we're gonna Shift B again, and we got some very nice bells over there. Depending on the customer, we might need to increase these in size. I'm just gonna make them a bit bigger than they were, and that should be fairly well. Okay, I don't know if I really need this one with the subdivision on. Some of these might need to get removed, but this should be fine for the moment. Right, moving on. We're gonna do this one, and we're gonna remove it from here and just scale this up. And we're gonna Shift B it, and then we're gonna scale it up so it looks nice and matching. Okay, and we got it very nicely so far, but looks like this one isn't so tight to the hand, so we're gonna scale this up as well along with these, right? And we're gonna make this a bit longer because it looks like it's longer in the reference image. And we're gonna do a shift, we're gonna do an extrude and then another one, and then we're just gonna move this like this, and then do a Shift B, and then we're gonna move this one, then we're in the front, just so it's nice and round. The legs area doesn't really need this, but we're gonna do it anyway, just in case there's a foot pervert somewhere, right? And they're gonna look at the feet. We're gonna scale them in, scale it up, and Shift E, and scale it away, and they're nice and round now. All right. So I know the customer likes having the textures very HD, so we're gonna split this into, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 textures, 6 textures. And I know that she likes seams as well, so I'm gonna add a seam here. Straight into the base mesh. Okay, we got our nice seam over there. And now obviously this is going to have to be slashed into pieces. But we're gonna make our seam, the actual seam, right? And we're gonna go around here and turn this into another seam. It's not gonna matter where we place our seams because we're gonna texture this with Substance Painter, and that's just gonna fix most of the issues that should arrive with the texture. Since we can paint straight on a model, this is the reference image we have. As you can see, we have some reindeers, some snowflakes, some white circles, some deer, and some Christmas trees. Looks like we have 2 types of a deer, and I don't know what the other one is called, but right. Right, so I'm going to do my splitting over here. Actually, I'll do it straight here. Mark seams, and we'll see how that's gonna turn out. You never know how these things are gonna turn out. Okay, so, oh, and I need one in between here. Maybe a bit more in the back, yeah. And let me add, let me clear this up, and then do this, and then scale it on the X, and then move it up a bit. Okay, and then we're gonna mark this as a seam. And we know that the edges are gonna have completely different textures, so we're gonna seam those out as well. Okay, and we can apply our mirror modifier and our subdivision modifier. Okay, and looks like we have one extra here that we don't. Seems like we need it. No, okay, I'm just gonna leave it like that. We can correct it later in ZBrush if need be. And unwrap this, and let's see what issues we are having here. Okay, so we're having the issue of these being connected. So we're gonna select from here to here and mark them as seams and unwrap it again. Okay, and that looks very nice and very clean. So we're gonna start with this one and assigning it a material of its own. New assign, and we're gonna unwrap it. Okay, and now we're gonna go with this one. Unwrap a material, back, front, okay, I want to pick these by each leg, or like front and back leg. Okay, so we got one leg here, we got the left, shit, okay, Not okay. Okay, so we're gonna do this leg by leg and assign half left leg, because it's the opposite of when you're looking from the front, right? So okay, and now we're gonna do the other leg. Right leg, and then what we have here should be the sleeves and these things, which should be fine. I'm gonna do the sleeves like this just so I can get some more pixels on here. Okay, and sleeves, edges. Okay, and now I'm gonna go and do the node editor. And we're gonna go to cycles, and we're gonna use node on all of them. So looks like I have one texture less than I intended to have. It should be fine. Now we're gonna start from the bottom, and we're gonna add an image texture. We're gonna go and use our texture stretch. Then we're just gonna copy this whole thing, and then we're just gonna go from material to material and just delete it by pressing X, and then just pasting with Ctrl V. And let's see our aspect ratios. Okay, they don't look very bad. Yeah, I think they should work. Okay, so as you can see in the brush area here, we have some issues that we are going to have to fix. And we're gonna go back to UV mapping, and we're gonna select the front. And thanks to our texture stretch, we can see exactly how much we need to select here. And without these, okay, we can select these and do Ctrl V. You can see that sort of fixed it mostly. Okay, I think it's about as good as it's gonna get probably, but we can always do this and then select this and then Ctrl V and just do the whole thing. But that's just gonna throw off the aspect ratio, so I'd rather have a bit of this than, yeah. Okay, and off to ZBrush you go, baby. Export as wave object, and let's open ZBrush. Give it a few folds here and there, a few wrinkles. I don't want to update anything at the moment. Okay, and I've bought brushes for this. You guys should visit ArtStation and buy some brushes from there. The people who make ZBrush brushes there are amazing, and you can get like, I don't know, a pack of like 40 brushes with like $5, which I consider to be totally worth it. Alright, let me light up another cigarette. If you're not a smoker, don't smoke. Bad idea. And lots of money as well. Okay, so I'm gonna use this one first, and I'm going to need my graphics tablet, the wire for it. Wire is here, and the graphics tablet is here. Now, I'm not gonna do very big ones, because this is the base mesh. I just kind of want to have something there, if you know what I mean. Geometry. I need a different brush for this. Let's see. this one's gonna work as I want it to work. Doesn't look like it. What if I make it high res? Always yes. Okay, it's still not gonna work as I want it. Okay, so the ones in this area are gonna have to be fictional. Okay, so I'm just gonna do. Oh, I forgot to put in the zipper area. Whoops. For the Valley of the Shadow of Death. Yeah, so this goes all the way down to about here. You can see this is something that needs to be corrected, and we're going to hold on, might have done an oopsie earlier by moving the other one. No, I didn't. Okay. Are we so blind to see that the ones we hurt are you and me? Spending most our lives living in the gangster's paradise. Okay, I don't need the body at this point, and I don't need this middle line for the moment, and I can just add that later. Okay, so the way I'm gonna do this is I'm gonna poke the faces here. What was it? Control F and poke faces, because I want to do this and this, right? And I want to do Shift D, P, and do the same to this one. Shift D and P, and now I can get rid of these, and I can get rid of the pokes as well. Right, so I have my two lines here, which I'm going to convert to curves. And okay, they already have that set. And I'm going to create my zipper in a very, very easy way. Guess I don't need my tablet at the moment. Nice, and we're gonna take the normals off since I don't really need them. And we kind of want to make sure these are straight. They should be straight, but gotta be safer than sorry. Oh, I made them straight in the wrong direction. Okay, we got our what you call them, our curves. And now for our zippers, we're gonna create it offline off the workbench. The zipper to look like this, and like that. Okay, and we're gonna copy this and rotate it. And make sure that it kind of fits like this. Maybe like this. I need to look at the zipper. I haven't done a zipper in a while. Zipper. Okay, so this is what I'm kind of going for. So the idea is good, but I think I have one extra here. Okay, so that should be pretty okay-ish. And with extrusion, a bit bigger, we can reduce it if we need to. And move this to 0 and here to 0 as well. By the scale, scale, okay. And now we are going to separate them because one's going to be on one side and one's going to be on the other side. We can just scale them both. And we can see later if we need them to be smaller than that. We're gonna add an array and we're going to add a curve. Set curve to, this is gonna be the first one. As we can see, it already snapped here. It might need to be turned, but we can deal with that afterwards. Fit to curve and the first one. Okay, so I think, let's see, which way, nope, it's on Z that we need to rotate this, rotate Z 90%, okay, sweet, but we're gonna need this to be way further apart than it is. And we're going to do the same to this one since we know how it needs to be. Scale on Z and rotate, and we're going to add our array, fit to curve, curve 2, and then we are going to add a curve and second one. That doesn't look right, does it? Curve 2 and curve 2. Could it be because I rotated on the Z-axis? Okay, so it's not the Z-axis. X-axis? Nope. Y-axis? Nope. Rotate on Z-axis. Okay, there we go. And it's the other way around, so we're gonna keep on rotating on the Z-axis until it comes to the point we actually wanted. Right, and it looks like I've made my thing a bit too big, and I'm going to have to shrink it down or scale up my zipper. I think I'm going to scale up my zipper mainly because this is very small and it's gonna take a lot of power. Okay, so our scale, whoa, again too big. I forgot to add, what's the spacing for this one? 1.7. We're gonna add 1.7 here as well. See how it fits. Kind of want our distance to be something like that. I'll take this, move it a bit towards the center, and then we're gonna take the other one and move this one a bit towards the center. Okay, so it looks like they are where they're supposed to be, but that's not how a closed zipper looks like. That's for sure. That is not the answer. The answer is scaling, I think. I'm gonna remove afterwards. There. Looks like we're having somewhat of an issue here. Not sure what's happening here, but I do not like it. Oh, okay, I see what's happening. So when I moved this earlier, I moved the whole thing. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is, since this isn't set in stone yet, I'm just gonna smooth it and fix it, and then just move it a bit to the side, and deselect these and these and these and these up here, and just move this, and then select these and just move these. Then just do some more smoothing on this area. I'm not really liking how it's looking, and there you go. That should be pretty okay-ish. But we have connection here, which I do not like. I select both of them, and okay. I'm just gonna move them individually. And for some reason my mouse stopped working. Oh god, I don't want to do this manually. Why has my macro stopped working is the question. They're all in there. Okay, now it's working. Oh, what is this? Why is that one not getting selected? Because that one is... Okay, so select them like this, and then select these. Can do the rest of them like this. Make sure they're all aligning nicely. This is the reason I didn't want to add a lot of them, because there's always going to be something that's going to be human error, that's not going to be right. Alejandro. That should be good enough. Now back to this thing. Okay, so that definitely doesn't look right. So what I'm going to do is like from here to here, going to turn off everything else, and then select these and turn off proportional and just move them in. Okay, that should be pretty good. Right, and now we're gonna have to redo the UV mapping for legs and the front and the back, which shouldn't be much of an issue. Front, unwrap, back, unwrap, leg, unwrap. Oh, what is this? Okay, so this happened earlier because I removed the doubles on it, and while it left those things in there, it actually kind of screwed me over. Well, I kind of screwed myself over on this one. So what I'm gonna do here, since it's just the interior, I'm just gonna select all the outer sides and just hide them so I can see inside and just fix the issues, because I just mainly wanna so the first thing I'm gonna do is clear the seams, and then I'm gonna look inside and see where I have two of them. And let's see if this is gonna work. To just select from one side to the other. Okay, so we can see the issues like this. And we can do remove doubles, and we can increase the merge distance on this. Okay. That's not gonna work. Okay. My next plan is just remove this entire part. And just rebuilding it. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Just hold down F. And it should go like butter. Okay, and we're gonna do again scale on the X and just move it up a bit. Okay, maybe a bit more scale on X and move these here and move this forward. Okay, that looks pretty good. Nice. Okay, and we're going to show everything, and we're going to select the left leg, and we're going to unwrap it, and then the right leg and unwrap it. Very nice, very nice. Okay, and we've got our thing fixed here. Now I don't really want to do that, so I'm just gonna poke the faces here. Control F and poke face. And add one of each. Move this one, just leave it there. And just do it like this and like this. And then just merge here and we create some more triangles, because why not, right? That should be fine. Okay, now back to our zipper, which now is way too big. Now, while I can move this is a bad idea to do. You just want to move the, what you call them? I'm just going to delete that one, and I'm going to create a copy of this and switch these out. On Y or on X? It's got to be one of the two. Okay, and now we're going to select the second one, and we're going to move it to where kind of need it. But I think I'm going to give up on creating this zipper, since I don't seem to be getting it, because I'm stupid or something. And okay, but that doesn't look right either, because one's bigger and the other one's smaller, and there's not enough space. .7. I'm going to increase the spacing. That's not going to help. Okay, so one of these needs to be shrunk down, or I can leave it like that. Okay, that's not gonna work. That's not gonna work either. These values need to be exact. Okay, I'm gonna do this the easy way, because this is starting to get really annoying. I'm just gonna duplicate this and just move it like this and move it a bit down. For the most part, it should fix. And then just rotate it a bit. There we go. Okay, and now I can apply. I'm gonna have to unwrap this first. Oh, wait, I have a backside. Get rid of that. Get rid of it here as well. Okay, and we're going to mark the seams edges on this as well. We need that window, it's just getting in the way, and unwrap. Marvelous. And unwrap. Splendid. Okay, now I can apply these, and I can get rid of this one and this one, and they're extras. I don't need the curves anymore. And here up here we're gonna add a giant square from this box. So we're just gonna move this a bit more here and scale it on X and scale it on Z and move it down a bit. Now, this could be an issue if they are too long. So I'm just going to shrink them down a bit. Just enough that they fit in the cube there. And at the bottom, we need to add two of these. Okay, where okay, and we have this one, and we want another one next to it, but not exactly. And these two can go away. And so can this one. And this is our zipper. Oh, wait, I joined the wrong things. This with this. Merge. Marvelous. Don't see anything there. Okay, and just the zipper, so it doesn't really need that much of much attention. But this, however, needs to be split. That should work just fine. This is gonna be our final texture. Just gotta make sure that these are in there deep enough. Perfect. Marvelous. Love it. And we have to create the actual zipper that you pull on normally. Okay, let's see. I know I don't have any of. Maybe I have one that's already made. Let me check for past projects. question is, are these just textures, all of them? Seems like it. Very nice. Where's the zipper though? Shit. Plain. Body, platform. Okay, guess I don't have a zipper. Or nope. Does not look like I have a zipper. Okay, so it looks like I'm gonna have to make a zipper for the 1800th time. Okay, and our zipper's looking pretty fine. And extrude on Y. I don't really need the inside of this, but we are going to squish it down a bit and create this bigger. Set the subdivision to subdivision. Okay, one here, one here, one here, and one here. I'd say that looks pretty good. I can just do this and hide that part and hide this. Okay. Okay, and add our subdivision and our mirror clipping. And see if we unwrap it. Okay, that's pretty good. Just needs here, unwrapping here as well. Mark seams, unwrap again. What's this? Okay, so that's that. So, see if this is gonna work. Yep, that worked. For to do some small modifications like these, or I could just chop it here. Not deal with any of it. Sweet, looks pretty good. Move it off to the side and join it with this. Now, see, we're having a few philosophical issues here. Wait, why is it like that and not like this? Nice. And again, loved. If the customer says to change it, I'll change it. But until then, I will just leave it like that. They were making love, so come give me a hug. I'm getting drunk. Just gonna check to see if there's any more weird shadows anywhere. Doesn't look like it. Very beautiful. I'm gonna add the seams here and here in texture only. Okay, we have this saved. Okay, close this and this. We'll do another import here. And we're going to do a crease and start dividing. That's gonna get really... that works. Okay, now let's see, where's my photo? Reference photo. Okay, so most of these seem to be it's a bit too harsh. Okay, back to the tablet. And turn on symmetry. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Nah, that's too big. That's too big. Way too big. I'm not getting a good angle from here. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Smooth it out a bit. And okay, now for the sides. I think we're gonna need a bigger brush for the sides. Just add a few small ones in between. and smooth it out. And I want to turn off symmetry for this part here. And a few. Not very accentuated either. And I just want to add a few here in the back of the leg. They always look nice in the back of the leg here. Keep in mind, we just want these to be shadows mainly. Okay. Pretty sure the customer's gonna love these. Maybe a bit bigger. Pretty sure this is mostly gonna be on big breasted characters, so I'm gonna add a few. Just give the illusion that the breasts are nice and perky and forcing the fabric. Okay, that looks pretty good there. Okay, for the folds. Okay, need a different brush for that one. Blender, ZBrush brushes, folds. This one? Nope. Yep, this one should work fine, but less intense. Oh yeah, those are looking pretty nice. If I maybe too branchy. not really liking them. Try this one. Okay, too intense. No. Well, looks like I have to draw these manually as well. Well, back to this. And we're going to zoom in a bit and okay. Stitching. I'm in love with a criminal. This needs some calibration. Yep, that definitely needs some calibration. It's a bit too intense for what I wanted to do. I think I'll just do them out of texture. Okay, I need to be more intense here because I want to do this. Okay, I have to do it the other way around. And I need one more subdivision, of course, because why not, right? Wrong direction. Huh, no copyright strikes yet. Incredible. Shit. I fucked up. I have to redo this whole thing again. Because the legs need to be spread. Well, this is pointless to wait for. Well, guys, I'll see you guys next time. And that's it for today's stream.